Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 7. Now, in the episode 5 comments section, somebody actually said this.
Are you going to build a base or buy a house from one of the cultures? The mountain is an interesting place to build a tower, but living with the villagers and watching them develop is also cool.
And I agree with that. As much as I like the house up here, it might be cool to have a little bit of a home base down in the villages as well. And because the Byzantine village is in between the Norman village and the Notre Dame, I think I'm going to request the mayor to initiate the construction of a player home. So for player homes, they basically cost money, and it also takes your reputation with the village and culture into consideration based on with what you are able to get. And I'm not looking to get a mansion, nor am I going to do the middle tier house as well. I think I'm going to start with just the lower tier house. So I'm actually going to locate the village mayor. I'm going to check the tavern first, see if he's out here drinking. I was right. Oh my gosh. Goodness. This isn't even the bar. This is the dude's house. All right, where's he at? Is it this guy? So here's the housing. So you see right here, this is the lowest tier house they have. Doesn't take up a lot of space, but I'm not a very lavish guy either. But it's going to be cool to basically have our own house. So this is the Mikri Oikia. So that costs 10A, and we actually have this coin purse now so that the coins we have aren't taking up more than one inventory slot. So that costs 10 of that. They should initiate construction here in a bit, hopefully. I know right now their current project is the presbytery upgrade, and all they need is yellow carpets and bookshelves. So I will get that for you guys so that you guys can work on my new house. At this point, I am very familiar with the drill. Is that a bat? Oh, it seems like... Oh, he died. All right, so I got a bunch of wool. Now I need some yellow dye. All right, so I got my carpets, but the shortcoming I have right now is my leather. I don't have a whole lot of leather. If only there was a place that had some sort of cow farm. And then it hit me. That's not it. Is that it? I forgot where it was. I'm gonna venture over and see if they are selling some leather. Hopefully this is just not a wild goose chase and they actually sell leather. And also hopefully they've been making progress because that cow farm was built a little bit ago. There it is. The one. Would you guys care if I just did this? Alright, well, to answer my own question, they are slaughtering cows. They are not doing it efficiently. So, wild cows might have to be the way for me to go. Alright, so I gave them their carpets. Now I just got to get them 4 more bookshelves, and I right now can make 2 more. Oh, I see you. Die. Alright, I need 3 more leather. There's 1. Oh! Sorry about that, little cow. Oh, that was lucky. Alright, so this should be enough to make that 3rd bookcase, which will then give the Byzantines enough materials to upgrade the presbytery. And then hopefully, my little player house is next up on the list of construction. Let's actually check out the presbytery being constructed when we give them the materials. And then here is your bookshelves. There we go. Get out the way. Get out the way! Upgrading. Let's check it out. Alright, so it looks like my house is being constructed, but let's actually go check out the presbytery. I believe it is mostly complete. I actually haven't really seen what the inside of the presbytery looks like. Like, this is like the 4th upgrade. We saw it being constructed and a little bit after its initial upgrade, but it looks like he upgraded the 2nd floor a lot. There's our bookcases, so let's go through. It looks like this is also the school. Let's look through here. A lot of bookcases. Bedroom, some nice stained glass windows. Let's hit the 2nd story. It's a pretty sweet building. Looks pretty good. Now let's also go check out the construction of our house. is. This house belongs to me. Looks we got some 2 furnaces here. A little bit of a smokestack. Here's the inside. And look at that. Very conveniently, our front door, or back door, I don't know, leads to the Notre Dame. It looks like they're still putting up the scaffolding. Let's go back into the house. Look at this. We got a bed, little bedside table going on here. We got some chests. Got 1 more chest than I did at my house. Very cool. I'm going to transport some stuff down here. I think I'm going to leave some stuff up there at the mountain house, but it's also cool to have a village constructed house here. All right, so I would say, are making really good progress when it comes to the villages that we have in our world. Now, what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to just play some Minecraft. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to the progress of the mod, we're doing pretty good. We got good stuff going on here. We got our Norman village expanding. We got our Byzantine village. I'd say this is probably late game if I had to just look at it from here because, you know, when we initially got here, it was pretty tiny. And then we got our Notre Dame coming along, and really just a waiting game. When it comes to what we have in our disposal, not much. We really don't have that much when it comes to actual Minecraft. So, I am going to go on a mining trip. I am going to get my hands on a nether portal. Because I think a nice way to tie this playthrough off with a nice bow after the Notre Dame's constructed is to fight the Ender Dragon. Up until this point, every mining trip I have gone on, I cut it pretty short. I really don't go that deep into the caves, and when I spend some time in the caves, I end up coming right back up. And honestly, I think that's really just FOMO. I enjoy watching everything being created up here, and when I'm down in the caves, I'm like I'm just itching to get back up here and look into the progress of the village. So I think I am going to plant my butt in a cave, and I'm not going to come back until I got enough obsidian to build myself a portal. I think we're at a point right now where we can safely allow the villages to advance. We might have a nice surprise when we come back up, but I'm not going to let that deter me from mining and getting the resources necessary. Okay, I knew I heard that zombie. Yeah, I'm in a pretty rough spot right now. I'm just gonna hide in this hole until I get back to full health. Alright. I'm assuming the villages are putting some sort of stress on my hardware. No idea why. It's not like my system's weak in the slightest. I'm going to turn off the shaders because that was like a 30-second rubber band. I don't know what the hell happened. Sorry about that. We are now back to just vanilla Minecraft graphics. If you're wondering why I keep swapping between shader and not shader and the different types of shaders, because I keep getting these like massive like lag spikes. I try to edit them out in the videos, but I'm sure you notice like there are times where I'll just talk and the game will just freeze for like half a second. I don't know what happened there. My game froze for like a solid 30 seconds. And it just did that there. I'm assuming it just has to do with just modded Minecraft. It is what it is. But that got my ass killed. Pretty sure that was the first death of the playthrough too. Did they despawn? I believe they did. It's not like this is hardcore, so I guess dying doesn't matter too much. I mean, I did lose like 30 levels, but whatever. Alright, let us continue this spelunking journey. Oh, shit! Alright, I'm gonna do something a little bit dangerous here. If you look at the mini-map, there is a big old lava pool. I don't know if that's above or below me. So, I am going to be a little bit risky here and start digging, looking for this thing. Alright, so it's gotta be below me. There it is! Alright. I know it ain't the diamonds we're looking for, but we could just use the lava and cast a portal. So it looks like Le Beau de Lac has actually just started the raid on Hakodate. I am going to make my way to the surface. And let's see what they plan to do. Yeah. Alright, so there's the village of Hakodate. So 2 fighters don't really seem like a formidable force. Obviously this is a raid, so... Uh-oh. The Japanese village stopped a raid. What does that mean? I don't know if they stopped a raid by killing the 2 people that was sent to raid them, or if they just scared them away somehow. It's not like these guys are well armored at all. There's also like 20 of them, so I don't know why the Normans thought that that would be a good idea. Uh-oh. It looks like looks like somebody was just killed here. Dark oak saplings. These look like thatch. Uh-oh. All right, maybe the Normans were successful in killing somebody because it looks like these were all dropped from a villager. Either way, bummed out that I missed the raid. It was unfortunate that the one time we're spelunking in the mines, a raid commences, but it is what it is. Let's head back to the cave we were in. I marked it, its coordinates, and we'll just grab the lava, bring it to the surface, and cast ourselves a nether portal. Alright, got a bunch of iron here. I'm gonna make a lot more buckets. Let's grab ourselves some lava. There we go, we got enough. So let's make our way back to our house in the Byzantine village. Before we make it there, let's actually check out the progress of the Norman artisan village. I want to see if, like, is there anything that was said about the guys who went on the raid? Like, I don't think this village has the capability to produce armor. I don't think they really have a place to, like, forge weapons. Okay, this is definitely new. This is the town hall of the Norman village, and this is where you would sell things. This all used to be outside, so it looks like now it's a large warehouse. It looks like right now they are upgrading a lumberman's hut, which is just right outside of where we are currently. So it looks like they have a cidery grove, and I think they also have yeah, there we go, tavern. So they have the ability to grow cider apples and actually turn it into cider. Progress is going good. Let's actually take a walk around here. As we see right here, this is the lumberman's hut actively being upgraded. They're switching out these dirt walls into wooden planks. I actually saw the church earlier. Let's actually check out the church. When it was first constructed, I believe it was wooden planks, and it's actually stone walls right now. Nice. So let's head back to our home. Like, the Byzantines would have made a lot more sense to raid the Japanese because they have a lot of armor and weapons. They're I mean, they're armed to the teeth. Yeah, they got a pretty high military score. Alright, so I built a ladder in my house, and I'm going to build the nether portal down here. Just so I'm not sitting in my house and I just hear the endless warbling of the portal going off. That will get annoying. So I'm just going to kind of open it up in here, throw our lava in here, and then cast the portal. Alright, so here's our little portal room. The cobblestone is going to be replaced with lava, and then I'll just tap it with water. The source block will turn into obsidian, and then we'll light the thing. Let's get that done. And there we have it. That is a completed portal. Let's go get ourselves some flint and steel. There we are. So, something to note here, we are playing 1.12, so this is before the Nether update, so you're not going to be seeing any sort of, like, warped forests, but obviously we do still have the Nether Fortress, so that'll allow us to get some blaze rods. There are still wither skeletons, but, like, we got no piglins, so there's not really any bartering here that we can do. But yeah, this is our Nether. Let's head back. And then let's actually head over to the Notre Dame, kind of see how they're doing. As you see, they are going crazy with the initial steps here. Got tons of wood materials. Let's actually head to the main building and see what sort of progress that needs to be made. Okay, so the timber frames are still giving them trouble. They're still creating some of these easier to construct stages of the Notre Dame. It's the same with the other village. Like, this is just their primary goal, but they'll still get after other projects. And let's actually check out the donations that have been being given by our village. So it looks like we're still getting a ton of stained glass, stained glass, stained glass. All right, just stained glass, wood, stone, stained glass, wood, stone. We need timber frames. I think the next episode, we will hop on that. I'm going to head over to the Norman village. I think some of the trouble might lie in the fact that they're producing timber frames for their own creations. So the timber frame delivery might be placed on hold because of that. We'll try to figure that out. Other than that, we made some progress in this episode. We have our own house now, which is pretty cool. And then after that, we got our hands on some lava, created our own nether portal, and so we are one step closer to completing the game. Other than that, I'm going to end it here. I appreciate you guys watching my video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.